Good morning and welcome to Kaalam Kayo, a advocacy program of the Schools Division of Marinduque. Under through the Social Mobilization and Networking under School Governance and Operations Division. This is your host, Maida Narito Lagran, and First of all, we'd like to greet our Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. LCT Barrios, our Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Sir Felix M. Famaran, our chiefs for the two functional divisions of the School Division Office, Ma'am Lani M. Semilia of the Curriculum Implementation Division, and of course, our Chief Education Supervisor of the School Governance and Operations Division, Ma'am Maria Cecilia S. Manay, our Education Program Supervisor of SGOD, Ma'am Maita M. Lazares, and all the SGOD personnel and heads. Of course, our Administrative Officer, Ma'am May Bernadette Olivar de la Rosa, and our section heads in the Finance Division, our Supply Officer and Cashier, and of course, our dear parents and stakeholders, our learners who are watching us right now through the Marinduque News Network and sa Channel 3 po, ang ating local cable channel dito sa Marinduque. So, magandang umaga po, especially to our Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. LCT Barrios, and our Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Sir Felix Famaran. So, kanina po natunghayan natin ang ating pong isang pangarap. Yan po ay nagmula sa ating pong DepEd Philippines at tayo nga po ay kaisa sa pagtupad sa mga pangarap ng ating mag-aaral. So, tayo po ay nagbabalik muli from our previous Kaalam Kayo programs. Last year, we were able to brave the COVID-19 or yan pong ating pandemya simula pa noong 2020. At ngayon nga po ay nagsimula na naman tayo ng isang school year, ang school year 2021 to 2022. At inaasahan po natin na we will be more adjusted this year kasi nga po ay marami na tayong natutunan noong nakaraang taon. So bago po tayo magpatuloy sa marami po nating pag-uusapan sa bawat araw nitong ating programa, from Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, ay tayo po ay bibigyan po muna ng informasyon tungkol dito sa ating advocacy program na ito. Kasama po natin ngayong araw ang ating pong Senior Education Program Specialist for Social Mobilization, ating pong kasamahan sa ating pong seksyon, Dr. Melanie M. Mendoza, para po ipaliwanag sa atin ang objectives ng programang ito at ang legal basis. So, welcome po natin sa ating programa si Dr. Mendoza. Good morning, Dr. Mendoza.
Good morning po. Good morning sa ating lahat. Sa mga kasamahan namin sa Schools Division of Marinduque, sa ating mga magulang, at lalo tigit sa lahat sa ating mga stakeholders. So, ating stakeholders na kasama natin sa maraming taon sa pagpapatupad ng mga programa ng DepEd, hindi lang ng DepEd Marinduque, dahil ang ating mga ipinapatupad na programa sa DepEd Marinduque ay nakaangkla or nakatune dun sa ating programa sa National Office, Central Office sa DepEd. Okay, so ang ating pong mga stakeholders, sino po ba sila? Ang ating mga stakeholders na tinatawag natin ay yung ating mga partners na nandiyan sa komunidad, sa mga pampubliko at pribadong organisasyon. Kasama na po ang ating national government agencies, mga private individuals at mga private groups, non-government organizations. Sila yung ating mga naging kaagapay para maipatupad ang mga programa ng kagawaran ng edukasyon. You were there to bridge our resource gaps. Pagdating sa resources ay naandyan po sila. Hindi lang material resource, kasama na din po ang mga serbisyo. So, ito ay kailangan natin sa pagtawid ng pag-aaral ng ating mga kabataan. So sa panahong ito ng pandemya, hinamon na naman tayo ng another year na magpatupad ng ating Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan na nakatuon sa paggamit ng modules, yung tinatawag nating modular distance learning. Now, balikan ko lang po ano yung partnership. Ano ang nagagawa ng partnership? So partnerships can raise more resources and able to do more for our learners. So yung mga resources na pinakakaloob ng ating mga stakeholder, ito po yung mga ginagamit natin upang mabigyan natin ng magandang edukasyon ng ating mga kabataan. Ano po? So, we can also work together to provide the immediate needs of the learners. Sa ngayon po nasa Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan in the Modular Distance Learning, yung pong mga modules, yan naman po ay naipamimigay, napamamahagi sa mga kabataan, sa ating mga mag-aaral ng libre. Hindi naman nila po ito kailangang bayaran. So, ang isa po natin na advokasya na makatulong sa ating mga kabataan ay direkta nating maibigay sa kanila sa pamamagitan ng halimbawa ay mga learning, mga notebooks, yung pong school supplies, yan po ay isang malaking tulong po sa ating mga kabataan. So, sa pagbibigay tulong po sa ating kagawaran ng edukasyon, ay hindi naman po masabi natin na ito ay ibinigay natin sa kagawaran, kundi ito po ay directly or indirectly nating naipagkakaloob sa ating mga mag-aaral. Now, we can also create a community of supporters in scaling up education programs. Ano yung scaling up of education programs? Ang DepEd po ay maraming mga programang ipinatutupad sa pangdating sa kalusugan, sa pag-aaral ng mga bata, sa instruction and learning. So, yan po ay marami tayong naipatupad na ng mga programa. At tuloy-tuloy pa rin naman po ang pagpatupad ng mga ibang programang ito sa kabila nung sinasabi natin nga na modular distance learning na hindi pumapasok ang ating mga bata. We can promote the value of education, the value of collaboration, and worthwhile investment in nation building. So, in a large scale, ito po yun. Yung tulong na naibibigay natin in promoting value of education. Now, the next question is it allowed? Is it allowed by law to partner with you? Di ba sasabihin natin na, edukasyon yun, may budget naman kayo, why don't you just stand on your own? Ito ba ay mandated ng batas? O may batas bang magsasabi na allowed po tayo na makipag-engage sa ating mga stakeholders? Of course, marami sa ating stakeholders ay alam naman po ito as a national law. So, gusto lang po natin maipakita ang mga ilang ang mandato na to at ano yung nag-govern na legal basis na ito ay po pwede nating gawin na mag-engage. Ano po? Are we ready? So, ito po ay nakapaloob sa tinatawag nating Republic Act number 9155 or Governance of Basic Education Act of 2001. Section 2 of the said law or Republic Act is it provides that the state shall encourage local initiatives for improving the quality of basic education, ensuring that the values, needs, and aspirations of a school community are reflected in the program of education for the children, adult school youth, adult learners, and empower schools and learning centers to make decisions on what is best for the learners they serve. Okay, so yung 9155, yan po ang sinasabi, merong magkakaroon or we are allowed to encourage local initiatives for improving the quality of basic education. So, pwede po talaga tayong mag-involve ang ating mga stakeholders sa mga ganitong pagkakataon. Section 5 ng 9155 Republic Act highlights the principles of shared governance, which is in strengthening communication channels to facilitate flow of information and expand linkages with other government agencies, local government units, and non-governmental organizations for effective governance. Ayan na po, pumasok na po ang sinasabi nating shared governance. Ibig sabihin, hindi po ito sana maging work lang ng DepEd, kundi maging kabahagi ang ibang miyembro ng komunidad. Kasama na po ang government agencies, local man yan o national, and different organizations. Yun po yung tinatawag nating shared governance. Implementing rules and regulations of this Governance of Basic Act, which is Section 1.2 states that the rules are guided by the principles which include, ano po yung mga principles na to? Encouraging parents and community to be actively involved in the education of the child. So kaya po nabuo po yung mga PTA yung mga PTA po natin sa schools, kasama din po ang involvement ng barangay kung saan nakasituate ang ating mga schools. Yan po, encouraging po, kasama po ito sa mandato ng DepEd na magkaroon na ma-encourage ang community at mga magulang na tumulong po sa edukasyon ng ating mga bata. In whatever way, pwede namang material and service resources or yung tulong na maibibigay ng mga magulang sa mga bata pagdating sa bahay, lalong-lalo na sa panahon ngayon ng pandemya. So, maximizing participation and coordination between and among schools, local school board, and parents-teachers associations. Yan po, kaya po nagkaroon ng PTA, yun na tinatawag natin. So, emphasizing and encouraging volunteerism from among all sectors to ensure sustainable growth and development in education. So, encouraging volunteerism. So, lahat po ng ating engagement with stakeholders, yan po ay through the spirit of volunteerism. Volunteer tayo. We give our part without anything in return. Also, Section 6.2 of this implementing rules and regulations says that there is a responsibility and accountability to establish school and community networks. Yan po. Kaya po, kung from time to time ay nakakalapit ang ating mga eskwelahan sa barangay, mahingi ng tulong ng barangay, kasama din po ito sa implementing rules and regulation ng sinasabi nating Republic Act 9155. Encourage active participation of teacher organizations, non-academic personnel, of public schools and parent-teachers community associations. And also, to accept donations, gifts, bequests, and grants for the purpose of upgrading teachers and learning facilitators' competencies, providing and expanding school facilities, and providing instructional materials and equipment. So that means to say, giving assistance, material man o services ay under po sa 6.2 section ng ating Republic Act. That's why along this mandate ay nag-issue po ang DepEd at ipinanganak yung tinatawag natin na Adopt a School Program through Republic Act 8525 enacted by DepEd through DepEd Order 24 Series 2016, which is Guidelines on Accepting Donation. So, meron po tayong word na accepting. So, that means to say, it is not mandatory to give. And we are not supposed to be asking. Diba? Halimbawa po, dahil sinasabi nating principle of co-ownership. Let's say, for example, may isang program na gustong maipatupad sa halip na, huy, pengi kami ng ganito kadaming semento. We are writing to you para kami ay kung sana po kami mabigyan ng ganitong semento. Paano kung yung palang agency na yun, kaya niyang mas magbigay pa ng mas marami pa doon? So, ibig kong sabihin, the shared governance and co-ownership of the program should be given birth rather than just by merely asking na ito yung kailangan namin. So, meaning to say, there is maging lumabas na ng hihingi or solicitation. So, along this legal mandate, we emphasize the importance of partnership in education of our children. We would like to support the program of the DepEd through shared governance. Yung sabi natin kanina, through shared governance, where we could be able to create an atmosphere of co-ownership of the different programs of DepEd. So that at the end of the day, we can say that I made it. I was part of it. And I was part of this children's success. So along these premises, dito po natin ibinase yung ating naging itong pagkakapanganak ng programa dito sa ating estasyon na Kaalam Kayo. Gusto nating maipabatid sa lahat kung ano itong mga programang maaari nating mapagtulungan pagdating sa pag-education ng ating mga anak. So we'd like to emphasize also that DepEd would not be able to do it alone without the help of our stakeholders. And we'd like to emphasize at the same time that our stakeholders are always there to help us. So thank you very much. This would be the purpose of our Kaalam Kayo program.
Maraming salamat po, Dr. Mendoza, at sa napaka-komprehensibong pagpapaliwanag po sa atin kung bakit tayo nagkakaroon ng ganitong programa, bakit po tayo nagkaroon ng Adapt a School program, at yun pong medyo naguguluhan, o hindi naman naguguluhan, kundi nag-iisip sila, nagdadalawang isip kung magdo-donate ba o bakit ba magdo-donate. So ayan po, naipaliwanag po sa atin ng maliwanag na maliwanag. Tayo po ay merong shared governance. So sana po ay ang ating pong mga ahensya, ang ating pong LGUs and other non-government organizations, meron naman po talaga na they are readily, voluntarily na nagbibigay na hindi na po namin kailangan pang mag-remind or humingi kasi doon po tayo nagkakaroon ng usapin na humihingi or nagsusulisit na which is bawal po yan sa amin. So if we practice shared governance po, talaga pong dumarating ang biyaya sa ating mga paaralan. So we are very appreciative of that. At ito nga pong susunod nating ipapanood sa inyo ay makikita po natin kung paano natin nalagpasan ang isang school year na meron tayong pandemya, isang school year na nasa bagong normal na pag-aaral po tayo. So mamaya-maya po lamang ipapakita po namin sa inyo, medyo mag-flashback tayo paano po nangyari at pagtagumpayan natin yung previous year at yung papasok na school year. At magiging kasama rin po natin bandang huli ang ating pong Schools Division Superintendent. Gusto lamang po natin i-acknowledge ang ating pong mga nagme-message po sa atin sa ating pong Facebook Live mula po sa Sumanga Elementary School, Mugpog District. Good morning po sa inyong lahat dyan. Mula sa Puting Buhangin National High School, SDO Marinduque Mugpog Central School, Mugpog District, at ang ating pong SMME at ating pong Familia SGOD. Ganun din po, shout out kay Sir George Marciano at sa ating pong OSDS office kay Ma'am Denden who is watching right now. Ayan, marami pong nagko-comment sa atin. At ito nga po ang magandang epekto ng ating pong Facebook Live at ang ating pong local channel. Tayo po ay napapakinggan, live na live po. Hindi man maganda ang panahon dahil umuulan, at least, pasalamat po tayo at continuous ang ating internet service. So, magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat and please continue watching our program this morning at sa mga susunod pa pong araw dito sa ating pong program na Kaalam Kayo. So, right now, ating pong matutunghayan ang ating pong video simula ng enrollment ng isang taon at sa ating pong mga programs sa mga susunod pang taon o buwan at ang ating pong interview with our Schools Division Superintendent. Abangan po ninyo yan.
The Schools Division of Marinduque. Despite of COVID-19, DepEd Marinduque continues its efforts in achieving quality education. We have survived the challenges of school year 2020-2021 and we're very lucky to have the 3 pilot schools for the modular distance learning modality, namely Maniwaya Elementary School, an island school where teachers have to cross the sea in a motorboat to be able to reach the school and the learners. Sibuyao National High School, located in a mountainous area, and Don Luis Hidalgo Memorial School, just right at the town proper of the capital town of Buwak. This school was even featured at the DepEd Philippines Facebook page. With these 3 pilot schools, it was proven that the modular distance learning is the doable modality in the province of Marinduque. Enrollment and survey forms also have shown that the majority of the learners and parents preferred the modular distance learning modality. Let us take a glimpse of the past where we started and learned many things on how we would continue to provide quality education amid pandemic this school year 2021-2022. Presenting the successes in the implementation of the Learning Continuity Plan during the previous school year. On teaching and learning, we implemented modular distance learning and utilized the most essential learning competencies or MELC. Reviewed and assured the quality of self-learning modules provided by the central and regional offices prior to distribution and utilization of the learners. Provided timelines of activities to the schools per quarter. Conducted on-site and off-site monitoring and evaluation to 183 public elementary and 46 public secondary schools. Provided on-site and off-site technical assistance to teachers and school heads on the use of the modular distance learning modality, self-learning modules, most essential learning competencies, and other curricular documents. Conducted learning action cells on LDM courses. Schools delivered and retrieved self-learning modules. Schools utilized other learning resources to support modular distance learning such as DepEd TV lessons, DepEd Commons, textbooks, and LRMDS portal. Schools supplemented the modular distance learning with other platforms such as text messaging, phone calls, Messenger, and other social media platforms. Teachers prepared WHLP for the learners. Teachers conducted home visitations. Teachers assessed the learning of the learners. On provision of learning resources, prepare division self-learning modules and activity sheets for learning areas with no self-learning modules from central and regional offices. Provided technical assistance to teachers on the development and quality assurance of school-made activity sheets. Provided the central and regional offices self-learning modules to schools through Google Link. Conducted regular and continuous learning resource mapping in all learning areas. Behind the successes were challenges in the implementation of the Learning Continuity Plan during the previous school year. On teaching and learning, learners found it difficult to understand the contents of the self-learning modules, especially in mathematics, music, and science due to their level of complexity. Learners were complaining on the lengthy or voluminous activities per module. Learners struggled in adjusting from the usual face-to-face classes to the modular distance learning. Learners, especially those in grades 1 to 3, have issues on reading skills, such as word recognition and comprehension, which cause them to struggle in learning the competencies. Parents could not teach their children because of their work. There were also parents who were not capable of teaching their children because of their limited literacy skills. Some self-learning modules were returned unanswered or unaccomplished. Unavailability of central office's self-learning modules for some learning areas, especially in senior high school. And 9, delay on the arrival or downloading of self-learning modules from the central office. Let us now move forward to the school year 2021-2022. 2021 Division Survey results as baseline data. Learners' preference on modalities. For modular distance learning, we have 16,356 or 46%. On funding source for the implementation of the modular distance learning, Basic Education Learning Continuity Funds to be downloaded to the schools. MOOE, where the school heads are already instructed to utilize at least 75% of the allocation. Special Education Fund from the provincial government amounting to 2,820,000 allotted for the instructional books and workbooks, and from the local government units or the 6 municipalities amounting to 15,976,710 pesos. Other forms of support from the stakeholders. Renewal of tripartite Memorandum of Understanding with the Department of Interior and Local Government, and the Liga ng mga Barangays for delivery and retrieval of self-learning modules and mapping of barangays for qualified learning support aids or knowledge sources. Pledge of the Department of Social Work and Development to assist again in the delivery and retrieval of self-learning modules through the 4Ps parent leaders. Use of Special Education Fund in the procurement of printing machines, supplies, and other necessary materials for the implementation of the modular distance learning modality. Provision of service vehicles and manpower by the local government units and barangay for the printing, sorting, delivery, and retrieval of SLMs. Transition plan in case face-to-face instructions will be finally allowed. Major considerations will be no COVID-19 case in the community. All teachers who will be involved in the pilot face-to-face reside in the community. Requests of the barangay and PTA. The schools are located in remote areas, and guideposts requirements are complied with. Other essential factors. 1. Accessibility of school. Learners and teachers residing near the schools will be the ones involved in the pilot face-to-face classes. 2. School operations. Availability of facilities like hand washing, facilities, comfort rooms, and clinic. Standard procedure on entrance-exit, contact tracing, health assessment and monitoring. 3. Teaching and learning. Availability of learning materials, adherence to the work arrangement. Flexible class scheduling for learners and teachers. 4. Safety of teachers and learners. There must be parental consent. Availability of PPEs, disinfection supplies, IEC materials. Psychosocial support to teachers and learners. Teachers must be fully vaccinated. On learning delivery options, 1. Weekly alternate class, in school or off school, and 2. Alternate class days or time, such as MWF or TTHS. On top of all these is the rule of thumb. 1. Class size will be limited to 15 learners only. 2. Face-to-face classes will be maximum of 3 hours per meeting. 3. Mandatory wearing of face mask and face shield. And 4. Anyone with flu-like symptoms shall not appear in school. Let us all watch and see the efforts, initiatives, and dedication of our teaching and non-teaching personnel, our officials, and our dear stakeholders to be able to achieve success in the implementation of the Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan for school year 2021-2022. Creation of visitors' lounge to avoid visitors from going inside offices to prevent the spread of virus. Provision of contact tracing forms. Availability of temperature check and alcohol for sanitation. Creation and launching of online appointment system to avoid crowding. Provision of the following items in each office: high-quality portable air purifiers, ultraviolet disinfection lamps, alcohol, hand sanitizers, disposable surgical face masks, and vitamin C. Initiative to disseminate information on COVID-19 vaccine by conducting virtual orientation to all SEO school-based non-teaching personnel. Regular disinfection of all offices at the division office in partnership with the Provincial Health Office. Disinfections were conducted in all schools also with the help of the Provincial Health Office and the donated sprayer and chemicals from the Provincial Governor's Office. Some of the highlights of accomplishments. Basa Baya Lahat, a reading program of the Schools Division of Marinduque to enhance the reading capacity of our learners. Virtual convergence meetings with the local government units, government and non-government organizations, and national government agencies. Tripartite agreement with the Department of Interior and local government and Liga ng mga Barangays on their support for the distribution and retrieval of modules. For alternative learning system, we have the oldest ALS graduate at age 80 who graduated as junior high school completer. We also have DepEd teacher broadcasters, namely Sherlyn Grace P. Martin and Christine M. Lumalang. We have TV program dubbed as Kaalam Kayo, information dissemination on the new ways of learning, Health Watch, updates, and other PPAs or programs, projects, and activities of the Schools Division Office with Marinduque News Network. The Schools Division of Marinduque looks forward to the coming school year 2021-2022. Sulong Edukalidad. Sige, Marinduque.
Magandang araw! Ako po si Nurse Nicole from Health and Nutrition Section under ng SJOD Division of Marinduque, Mimaropa Region. Kumusta po kayo? Gusto niyo po bang magpabakuna pero nagdadalawang isip ka kasi hindi mo alam kung paano to ginawa? Tara, sabay-sabay nating alamin. Word for the day, bakuna. Letter B, bago gamitin, ang bakuna ay sumailalim sa iba't ibang yugto. Paano ba ginagawa ang mga COVID vaccines? The Food and Drug Administration sets rules for the 3 phases of clinical trials to ensure the safety of the volunteers. Researchers test vaccines with adults first. Meron tayong 3 phases. Sa phase 1, 20 to 100 healthy volunteers. Phase 2, several hundred volunteers. And phase 3, hundreds of thousands of volunteers na galing sa iba't ibang bansa. Bago ka pumunta sa phase 3, kailangan mo munang pasahan ang phase 1 at phase 2. FDA licenses the vaccine only if it's safe and effective and it benefits outweighs the risk. Letter A. Ang World Health Organization at ang National Regulatory Agencies ay nagtutulungan para ma-evaluate at masiguradong ligtas ang bakuna bago ito gamitin. Letter K. Karaniwan, ito'y tinetest muna sa mga hayop. Kapag epektibo na, saka ititest sa mga tao. Letter U. Unlimited ang pag-aaral tungkol sa bakuna at ang COVID-19 virus. Letter N. Ngayong panahon ng pandemic, mas mainam na magpabakuna para sa karagdagang proteksyon. Ang best COVID-19 vaccine ay ang available ngayon sa inyong mga health center. Kaya, mag-back to school na! Ligtas na bakuna para sa balik eskwela.
Magandang araw sa ating lahat. Welcome sa ating kamustahan. Ako po ay si Maida Narito Lagran mula sa Divisyon ng Marinduque at ako po ang inyong tagapagpadaloy ng kamustahan ito kasama ang ating mahal na Schools Division Superintendent Dr. Elsie T. Barrios. Hayaan po natin siya na tayo ay batiin para sa kamustahan ito. Magandang araw po, Ma'am Elsie.
Magandang araw, Miss Maida. Magandang araw po sa ating lahat.
Okay po. Ang ating pong Schools Division of Marinduque ay naging matagumpay ang pagsasagawa ng bagong normal na pag-aaral noong nakaraang taon. Ngayon naman po ay nahaharap na naman po tayo sa mga hamon ng panuroang 2021-2022. So ang ating pong mga stakeholders, ang ating pong mga magulang ay mayroon pong mga ilang katanungan. So, we will be accommodating these questions and we'll try to answer. Si Dr. Elsie Barrios we will be answering those questions dito po sa ating kamustahan. So, first question, ma'am. DepEd had already announced the opening of school year 2021-2022 that would start on September 13. Ang tanong po ng ating parent ay, meron daw po bang face-to-face classes? Or meron daw po bang pilot testing ng face-to-face classes dito sa ating probinsya at sa mga piling paaralan?
Thank you for that question. Yes, DepEd already announced that our school opening for the school year will be on September 13, 2021. But of course, with the situation that we have here in the province of Marinduque, we are saying that we will still be having that modality of modular distance learning, meaning we'll still be using the self-learning modules. Doon naman po sa question tungkol po sa ating face-to-face ay definitely po sa sitwasyon po na meron tayo ngayon, wala po muna tayong face-to-face. Sa transition plan naman po ng ating face-to-face piloting, sinasabi ko po sa ating lahat na ang lahat po ng ating paaralan ay meron pong mga plans regarding the face-to-face. And we are just waiting for the approval of our President that we'll be having that face-to-face classes. But definitely, I want to clarify that right now, we have no face-to-face classes. Nasa modular distance learning pa rin po tayo.
Okay, thank you for clarifying that matter, ma'am. So, ang ating po mga parents na nakakapanood ngayon ng ating kapustahan ay mababawasan ang kanilang fear. So, no face-to-face classes. At meron pong follow-up question. May we know which schools, kung alin daw po ang possibly na masasama dito sa pilot testing, kung meron na nga po bang listahan ng mga possible schools na makakasama sa pilot testing for face-to-face classes?
Actually, lahat po ng ating schools meron pong plans. But the central office and the regional office only asked few schools. So sa ngayon po, hindi pa po natin talaga mai-implement ang piloting ng face-to-face dahil po sa sitwasyon na meron po tayo sa probinsya. Hindi po lingid sa ating kaalaman na lahat po ng ating mga munisipyo po ay meron na pong COVID cases po at hindi lamang po simpleng COVID cases kundi napakarami po ang mga infected sa ngayon. Yan po ang isang napakalungkot na katotohanan na dapat po ay atin pong tanggapin at pinagbasihan po why we are not having face-to-face classes.
Ayun po. So yung isa pa po tanong guro po, yun na po yung kasagutan ni Ma'am Elsie kasi nga po ay ating makikita ang readiness ng lugar kung tayo ay safe na doon sa ating COVID, sa pandemya. So right now, medyo may delta na po talaga sa ating lalawigan. So definitely, sabi nga ni Ma'am, ay wala po tayong face-to-face. Okay po, salamat po sa pagkaklaro niyan. At another question, it has been said that the most efficient modality in the province is the modular distance learning. Ang katanungan naman po ng ating stakeholder ay kung paano daw po natin na-assess ang pagkatuto ng ating mga learners. If they were, at paano rin daw po ma-assess kung sila talaga ang sumasagot ng kanilang mga modules?
Ang learning assessment po ng modular distance learning is already in place based on DepEd Order number 31 series of 2020, wherein the performance of our learners are assessed in summative and formative and other performances na meron po sila. Doon naman po sa question po kung sila talaga, ang mga learners talaga po ba ang sumasagot sa mga self-learning modules. I want to inform everybody that right from the very beginning that we implemented the basic education learning continuity plan of this division, we oriented already our parents and the stakeholders through convergences na hinihiling po natin na sila po bilang mga magulang ay tutulong po sa atin na ma-ensure po na ang mga bata ang siyang sasagot sa mga self-learning modules. We incorporated values in all the subject learning areas and we want our learners to be developed holistically, not only in their physical, mental, and psychological, but as well as spiritual. And we are anchored in the core values of the Department of Education. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so that's very important, inculcating the values while learning. So sabi nga, there are learned, but there are those who are just schooled. So dapat po talaga ay ang values natin ay kasama po sa core values natin yan. So papakita po natin sa mga bata na tayo ay tapat sa pagsasagot ng ating modules. Okay po, sa isang media partner naman po galing ang katanungan ito. Why do we opt to use modules daw po instead of textbook? Kung gagamitin daw po ang textbooks ay less expensive and less stressful sa parents and learners. Ano daw po kaya ang rason?
Textbooks are designed for face-to-face class instructions as references, while self-learning modules po are properly designed for self-learning of our learners with less supervision of our teachers. But then the textbooks are still used by our children, by our learners, and even other materials are being sent by our teachers to facilitate the teaching learning process.
Okay po. So may mga supplementary reading, supplementary textbooks na ginagamit din po ang ating mga kaguruan at ang ating mga learners. So yan po,
Yeah.
malinaw po yan. Parehas po natin ginagamit, kaya lang ay nakafocus po tayo doon sa modules or self-learning modules ng mga bata. Another question from a barangay official naman po, ma'am. May mga modules po na may itinuturing mga links para sa aralin ng mga bata. Napakahinda daw po ng internet sa kanilang lugar. Matutulungan daw po ba natin ang ating pong barangay official na ito?
Doon po sa katanungan na mahina po ang ating mga signal or internet connections, gusto ko pong sabihin sa ating lahat na isa po yan sa pinakadahilan, bagamat masakit po nating tanggapin na mahina po ang signal dito po sa ating probinsya. Yun po ang katotohanan kung bakit po pinili natin ang modular distance learning upang ang lahat po ay maabot ng ating edukasyon sa pamagitan po ng paggamit ng self-learning modules. Huwag po mag-alala ang ating mga barangay officials, maging ang mga magulang sapagkat ang mga links po na yan ay optional naman po. At kung meron pong signal or internet connections sa mga areas nila, then they can do so. But if there is none, then hindi po natin pinipilit o pinupwersa po ang mga bata na gawin po ang mga bagay-bagay na alam naman po natin mahirap po nilang gawin. Alam niyo po, ang ating mga guro at mga school heads are oriented already that they are there to help our learners when there are problems or challenges like that. Then they have to strategize, mag-isip po ng pamamaraan, paano po natin matulungan na matuto ang mga bata kahit po mahina ang signal ng ating mga internet sa mga lugar po. Sa kanilang
Ayan.
barangay.
Okay po, maraming po salamat for that. So, mababawasan po ang pangamba ng ating mga learners or ating mga magulang dahil dun sa pagkuha ng links at hindi na po sila kailangang umakyat pa sa matataas na puno o mataas na lugar para kumuha ng internet signal para lang maabot yung link na yon. So malinaw po ang sinabi ng ating mahal na superintendent. Yan po ay optional at pwede pong palitan ng teacher kung ano mang gawain ang dapat nilang gawin in replacement doon sa link na nabigay. So, yun po may mga internet signal, yan. Walang problema. Ano po, ma'am? They can use the link at yun po yung gawain nila.
Yes po.
Okay po. So, dun po naman sa mabalita ko lang po, ma'am, ano po, di ba po, nagkaroon tayo ng convergence with our local government at patuloy po ang suporta ang pinagkakaloob nila sa atin. Di ba po ang ating pong kagalang-galang Bukal Jan Fernandez at ating pong education chairman ng Sangguniang Panlalawigan ay nagpahayag ang kanilang suporta na napasa na or na-approved ang kanilang resolusyon para sa strengthening ng signal ng ating po mga internet providers. So magandang balita po yan sa atin. Siguro po yung medyo maghintay-hintay lamang po, ano ma'am? ng magandang
yes po,
signal.
and din po ang ating ipinaaabot sa lahat po ng ating mga kababayan na manalangin po tayo, ipanalangin po natin yung mga panukala ng ating mga kasamahan po ng mga opisyales sa ating pamahalaan, sa probinsya po at maging sa mga munisipyo dahil malaki naman po ang kanilang hangarin at marubdubo ang kanilang pagsusumikap na tayo po ay matulungan sa area po ng internet connections. Thank you.
Yes, indeed. So maraming po salamat sa ating mga partners, sa ating local government units and provincial government of Marinduque. Ma'am, last question po. Pwede pa. Ito po. We were able to survive a year already ng bagong normal na pag-aaral. And this is our second year. So gusto po nilang malaman if we have new plans on how to implement the basic education learning continuity plan for school year 2021-2022.
Our division has the Enhanced Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan to be implemented the school year 2021-2022. This is crafted to sustain all the improvements and the developments that we have had throughout the year of our implementation of the Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan in the past school year. And we are glad to inform everyone na ang lahat po ng mga development po at improvement na ating gagawin po ngayong taon ay base po sa ating mga tagumpay at mga pagsubok na pinagdaanan sa nakaraang taon. Atin pong pinag-aralan, atin pong hininga ng mga suggestion at mga rekomendasyon ang mga may malasakit po sa edukasyon ng ating mga kasamahan sa ating pong probinsya. At kasama po dito, syempre, ang ating mga kaguruan na sila po ang nasa mga paaralan, sila po ang humarap sa laban ng edukasyon sa fields at sino pa man po ng mga kasamahan nila sa barangay. Nakinig po tayo sa kanila, atin pong pinakinggan ang lahat ng mga hinaing ng ating mga kaguruan, mga magulang, at maging ng mga school heads. And out of that, we crafted our enhanced basic education learning continuity plan so that we can do more successes this school year.
Thank you so much, ma'am. At together, we can succeed another year of bagong normal na pag-aaral. At yan po ang ating mga kasagutan sa mga ilan sa mga inquiries ng ating stakeholders. Alam po namin marami pa po kayong iba pang katanungan, pero ito po yung mga frequently asked questions at sana po ay natulungan namin kayong mabawasan ang inyong mga pangamba, ang inyong mga aalanganin o pag-iisip sa kasagutan na ipinagkaloob sa atin ng ating Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. LCT Barrios. Ma'am, pwede po kayo magbigay ng inyong closing message?
I would like to take this opportunity to say thank you to all our stakeholders who worked and who helped us along the way in our journey in the new normal. I do believe that without you, we will never be successful in our implementation of the basic education learning continuity plan. So we would like to thank our provincial officials led by our Honorable Governor, Honorable Presbytero J. Velasco Jr., and of course, the Vice Governor Romulo Bacoro Jr. And we would like also to thank our Congressman, our very own, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Lord Alan Velasco, and of course, our members of the Provincial Council, our municipal mayors, vice mayors, the members of the municipal councils, the barangay officials led by our barangay captains, and everybody in the community, even the heads of the government and non-government offices, the organizations within and outside Marinduque, and of course, all those stakeholders around who have that heart to help our learners amid pandemic times. Thank you very much to all of you. And of course, to the DepEd family, thank you very much to everyone for all the sacrifices and everything that you did for the learners. Most of all, to God for giving us the strength and safety amid pandemic times. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And with those words, we'd like to thank everybody who have been with us in this kamustahan. Maraming pong salamat sa pagtutok ninyo sa ating kamustahan ngayong araw na ito. At nawa ay kami ay nakapagdulot ng liwanag o impormasyon para sa inyong lahat. At sama-sama po nating pagtagumpayan ang ating school year 2021-2022. Sulong sa edukasyon, sige, Marinduque.
Sige, Marinduque.
Maraming salamat po. Ako po ang inyong tagapagpadaloy, Maida Narito Lagran. Kasama po natin ang ating Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. LCT Barrios, na nagsasabi, maraming salamat at magandang araw. Keep safe po tayo at keep away from COVID. Ayan, nagbabalik po muli ang inyong lingkod at yan po, natunghayan po natin ang ating pong past experience in the previous year, 2021 or 2020 to 2021. So, nakita po natin kung paano natin nalagpasan at na pagtagumpayan ang isang school year na meron tayong pandemya. At yun nga pong mga issues and concerns na nabanggit kanina, yan po ay ating pong natalakay sa mga convergences na ginawa ng ating pong social mobilization and networking. Meron po tayong convergence with the PTA, with parents and Parent Teachers Association, meron po tayong convergence with the local government, and with the non-government organizations. Lahat ng sektor, actually, lahat ng sektor po sa ating gobyerno ay ating pong inanyayahan para po sa convergence, para nga po makuha natin ang pulso ng bayan. Kumbaga, lahat ng opinions po ay ating pong pinakinggan at yan po ay pinag-aralan ng ating pong mga concerned focal persons and sections. At yun nga po, nabanggit ng ating Schools Division Superintendent na patuloy po ang ating pong pag-aaral kung paano natin matutong masasagot ang mga issues and concerns, how we could address this na binibigay po sa atin. So, atin po kanina ay very fresh po mula naman po sa ating Assistant Schools Division Superintendent. Kanina po sa ating pong flag ceremony ay binigyan po ng diin or ni-reiterate dahil nga po katatapos din lamang ng kanilang Division Mancom ang tungkol sa face-to-face. So, malinaw po na tayo po ay modular distance learning pa rin ang ating pong gagamitin. So, we continue to use our modules at wala po tayong pilot testing for the face-to-face classes. So, yung mga nauna po, maaring nabalitaan nyo na meron daw pilot testing dito sa ating lalawigan. Actually, meron po talaga tayong 23 listed na posibleng magkaroon ng face-to-face classes. Pero po sa assessment, ayon nga po sa ating Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, kanina lamang pong umaga, ay hindi na rin po ito naisama. Pero sabi nga po ng ating Superintendent, we continue to prepare para nga po habang tumatakbo ang araw at ang mga buwan, nag-a-adjust po kasi at tayo sa AATF guidelines, nag-a-adjust po tayo sa guidelines ng DepEd. So, we have to prepare our schools na maaari nga pong potensyal na gamitin para sa face-to-face pilot testing. So, as of now, malinaw po, wala po tayong face-to-face classes or pilot testing ng face-to-face classes at we continue with the modular system. So, preparations lang po para kung sakaling magkaroon nga po, ay prepared po ang ating mga schools. Okay po? At kanina po ay napakinggan natin yung napakagandang background music ng ating presentation. Yung pong mga presentations na nakita nyo kanina, yan po ay atin pong sinumite sa rehiyon noong bago po tayo magsimula ng klase noong September 13. At yan po ay ibinahagi namin sa inyo para lahat po tayo dito sa ating lalawigan ay maging well-informed kung paano natin nalagpasan ang ating pong 2020-2021 school year at kung paano natin tatawarin muli ang isa pang pandemic school year. So, yung pong background music ay ginawa po yan. It's an original composition by Sir James Noriel Reyes ng Marinduque National High School. Siya po ay nagtuturo sa Special Program for the Arts. So, napakarami na pong komposisyon ni Sir James at sila rin po ni Sir Gerson Manahan ay nanalo na sa National Commission for the Arts, NCCA. Yan. So, marami pong salamat, Sir James Noriel, sa napakagandang komposisyon at ito po ginagamit namin sa ating pong mga video presentations. So, kanina po na we give pride doon po sa ating ALS graduate, si Tatay Pilo. At talaga pong pinagyayabang po natin na kahit may edad na, 80 anyos, even our speaker, Lord Alan J. Velasco, ay masayang-masaya po na tayo ay nagkaroon ng graduate na 80 years old, pero graduate po siya ng junior high school and still he wants to finish college. Ayan po. So, hello po. Shout out kay Tatay Pilo dyan sa Gasan. Also, nakita po natin ang ating pong ads tungkol sa vaccination, ano ang bakuna. So, kasama po natin dyan si Nurse Nicole at yan po ay ginagampanan ng Department of Education dahil meron po tayong partnership with the Department of Health. So, sa susunod po na talakayan, ating pong magiging bisita at tagapagsalita ang ating pong vaccination champ. We call her vaccination champ, si Nurse Nicole de Mesa. Ayan po. At sa susunod, de Mesa Iglesia, si Nurse Nicole de Mesa Iglesia, ang ating pong susunod na panauhin sa ating pong Kaalam Kayo. So, shout out po sa mga nag-message. Ang ating pong mula sa Landi National High School, ayan, Santa Cruz, mga YUMS, grade 12, teachers, Sir Pelaez, Jello, Romel Escora, si Sir Egay ng SGOD, mula sa Kilokilo National High School, ganun din po sa si Sir or si Ma'am Rian Recaro. Okay, so meron din po sa CID, sa Curriculum Implementation Division, si Ma'am Christy Raza, at gayon din po mula sa saan pa ba ito? Santa Cruz North District. Ayan, si Ma'am Maylene Go. So, maraming pong salamat sa inyong pagtutok sa ating programa. Medyo kinakapos na po tayo sa oras at malapit na po tayo magpaalam. Not to forget, I'd like to greet our friend and our office mate. A belated happy birthday to Sir Abet Faundo nung Sabado po. At God bless, Sir Abet, at sana ay mabusog mo kami. Joke. Okay po. So, yun po ang ating naging programa ngayong araw at marami pa po tayong talakayan. At nais ko lamang pong banggitin dahil nabanggit na po kanina sa discussion na kung tayo po ay may mga issues and concerns, atin lamang pong tawagan ang ating pong mga guro or teacher advisor para po matugunan ang ating mga katanungan or ating mga concerns, lalo tigit ang mga parents. We have to be in close connection or contact with our teachers and teacher advisor para po matugunan namin sa ating pong division ang inyong mga concerns. Ano po? So, as Division Information Officer, pwede rin po kayo magparating sa atin at yan po ay pino-forward naman natin sa Curriculum Implementation Division kung ito po ay concern sa inyong mga modules, sa pag-aaral ng inyong mga anak. Ano po? So, as per experience, meron na po tayong i-refer sa kanila at ito po naman natugunan na. So, hindi po lingid sa ating kaalaman na medyo kumonti na po ang ating knowledge source, medyo limited po. So, calling all volunteers, kailangan pa po natin yan. Actually, may meeting po tayo with the DSWD and meron naman po silang promise na sila po ay magbibigay ng mga volunteers para nga po matugunan ang mga pangangailangan ng ating mga mag-aaral. So, thank you po sa lahat ng ating stakeholders, our LGUs, our provincial government, non-government agencies, mga pribado, at lalo tigit sa ating mga magulang na tumatayong mga guro ng kanilang mga anak. At siyempre, ang ating mga guro na talagang nagsasakripisyo, bumibisita sa mga mag-aaral nila kahit nga po meron tayong risk dahil meron pa tayong COVID. So, we adhere to the ruling and guidance of the IATF. So, lagi lang po tayong mag-ingat at keep safe at lagi po tayong sumunod sa protocols para po tayo ay ligtas sa itong COVID na ito at talagang napakarami na ang naapektuhan. So, we'd like to thank our guests for today at po kasamahan sa Social Mobilization Networking, our Special Education Program Specialist, Dr. Melanie Mendoza. Maraming pong salamat sa inyong pagpapaliwanag kanina. Ayan, kasama po natin si Ma'am Mendoza. Okay po, so yan po ang ating naging programa ngayong araw na ito. Abangan po ninyo muli ang ating pagbabalik sa Miyerkules dito po sa ating programang Kaalam Kayo. Ako po ang inyong host, Maida Narito Lagran, ang nagsasabing magandang umaga at keep safe everyone.
Kristanos! Ay mo ako! Kristanos!
Lord now.